Okay, Alexa, welcome to your new Nanovated Hydrotherapy system. In the beginning, there was light. As I explained to you, light and your new Nanovated system. First, you're getting something extremely special. I can make the claim that nobody in the world has this energy that you're going to get. Okay? First, let me introduce you to linear Paul Magnatizum and Revolutions, the energy of photosynthesis. This is not electromagnetism, my dear. This is LC current, brought to you for your DNA. Your new Nanovated Hydrotherapy system, Alexia, is going to tune your DNA on the right frequency 528. The frequency for your DNA to repair your antennae through the RNA-DNA chain in your blood. Then that DNA will impose onto your cells. Then your congenite health. You're in your early development years right now at 2 years old. We have 3 more years to make sure that you're a registered genius. Then, after you've been acclimated to this extremely biologically beneficial, as you can see, energy platform, Revolutions, as you see, there's 4 strains in your body. In the human body, we have 2 strains of DNA, but we can go to 12. We've never accessed more than 1. We're going to give you access to 2 more to make sure that your DNA is correct and balanced. Then we're going to bring you up to this. This is a Bose-Einstein condensate at room temperature. Do you see the communication and the energy of this wave? Both of these waves and energy is how we produce your hydrogen. A very special hydrogen. Mr. David Puchta is registered with NASA JPL Labs to be the only person in the world to create the atomic molecular structure of the biological beneficial hydrogen deuteride. Once we bring you there, then we're going to bring you into a very, very special light that's going to be imposed on the bubble and the air. You can't see this light. But this is the light of your white blood cells, your white plasma. Then, on top of that, we're going to use frequency 530, like this, into your nanobubbles. This is what's called an attenuation tube for your laser nanobubbles. I spec'd this very expensive glass for your nanobubbles. As you come down the tube here, the green laser, do you notice something? It doesn't go straight down the tube. It goes down the tube in a helix, just like your DNA. That's going to take care of your skin issue. Okay? Then we're going to impose red laser. And that's going to take care of your little itchy ouchy arthritis and your cardiovascular health. Then we're going to turn on both, because red and green make yellow, and your bubble, your hydrogen, is going to accept the yellow for your sustainable health right into your blood. Okay, my dear? Now, let me show you what it looks like in your attenuation tube for your vacuum. You can see that? You see how it expands the light? I own this patent. That's why the ratio, and there's your red light. We have cardiovascular surgeons in Strasvy Crown LLC that back this technology. Heart surgeons. Okay, and there's both lights. I'm holding your extremely powerful laser. Okay? Now, my young lady, I want you to see something. You see the laser induced on the color of sound? And then there's the red laser. And then there's both. You notice the difference between the two? This is all you need. Your body will take care of the rest. Okay? Now, let's get on to the fun part. How do you like that, my dear? This is the front of your Nanovated Hydrotherapy system. These lights are going to be controlled by your mommy's cell phone. Okay? And the whole machine is going to be controlled by your mommy's cell phone. And mine. Because I'm going to walk this walk with you, young lady. That's why you're so important to me, because you called me and I answered your call. Okay? There's this patented technology called RGB Plus from a company called Thermaltake has 16.8 million combinations of color. 16.8 million combinations of color to match your relaxing time. So when you're in your bubble bath or you're in your bedroom, the machine can be just simply rolled from your bathroom to your bedroom. We'll explain movement of the machine in a moment, but let's go back to your DNA. Mr. Puchta has got a 33-member board of directors in proton spin technology, and I received a unanimous vote to give you this technology. Young lady, I have given you governments around the world a sandbag to go pan and pound when they've asked for this technology. But you called me personally. I have systems in medical doctors' offices. They handle bedside manner. I'm an equipment medical manufacturer, one of the best. You are backed by a tremendous amount of doctors in the United States of America and the United States Department of Agriculture and the Food and Drug Administration on this technology for you, my dear. Let's take a quick look on the inside. And I'll give you a sample of the lights. We specially built this power supply so it can plug in the United States and directly into your power in Australia and run all of our equipment. But let me give you a little quick tutorial of the lights. And they all can be in sync or individually. There's a phenomenal amount of things your mommy can do on the phone to change the frequencies of the lights. So she can sit there in the bath watching you and tootle. How do you like that? Pretty cool, huh? Let's find a pretty color. There we go. You're getting Puchta gaseous fuels and energy fusion backed by Westinghouse, my dear. That's right. Okay. Now, let's get on to the fun part. I'm going to be with you every step of the way. And so is proton spin technology. This is just a basic setup so you get this understanding. This is your vacuum venturi. The rest of the equipment will go in here. We'll talk about that in a moment. Okay. Very nice, tempered glass doors, so you'll be able to see your equipment. Locked, so you can walk up to it. And of course, we follow suit to the company Thermaltake. Okay. On this side, all the doors are magnetically shut, so they're very nice. On this side, the flashlight is going to be a representation of this entire panel being your hydrogen fuel cell. Okay? To pump your hydrogen for your hydrogen of the body. Because you don't have enough energy to break down your water right now. It's one of the reasons why your skin is growing so fast. The same principles that happen in citrus. If you don't have enough water, the skin grows thick and sloughs off. Same thing, you're biological. On top, we're going to talk about the special light. That's going to be your ozone reactors. They're going to go on top, and you're going to see that beautiful light, because the ozone, with the UV of the ozone, is going to kill all of your bacteria. So you don't have to take bleach baths anymore, my dear. Okay? And as I promised you, a little Pandora's box. Give me a moment. I have to do something really quick. Now you can see my blood. Okay. Sorry, I don't like to ruin surprises. Okay, next, this is going to be your filter to take in the water from your tub, but there'll be a pre-filter before this filter. This is just an easy filter for your mommy and daddy to change regularly. They only cost a couple dollars for the filter element, and they're very easy to understand, to turn it on, off, and bypass. Okay? It's going to have quick disconnect hoses so that this system could be in your bedroom and the hoses could be in your bathroom. Okay? Or whatever. Your mommy's going to tell me how long the hoses she wants them. I have very special, very high quality USDA, FDA special hoses so that you get no leaching effect. Very important. Then there's going to be a valve and a bypass valve on here so that your mommy and daddy can have very, very nice drinking Nanovated water, okay? And this will go on the back here, someplace. I haven't decided where, but that's going to go on the back as well, so that you can have nice drinking water. You can take the hoses, and I'm going to give you a special fitting to go into your 5-gallon drinking bucket so that you can have nanovated drinking water, because we're drinking water professionals. Our systems that are in the Northern California, we have 21 systems pumping 1,000 gallons per minute each. That's 36,000 liters squared per minute. It's a ridiculous number, okay? Pumping into the California aqueduct. We're the only company in the world to be able to be first to do this, to pump drinking water from dirty wells, clean it so well, and pump it into the California drinking water aqueduct, meeting what's called Mount Shasta Check 21 rainwater standards. Okay? This has been going on since 2014. California has been drinking our nanovated drinking water under the Drink Me project. I will open up the Drink Me page on the website of Proton Spin Technology very soon. While I am on that point, we take the salty brine and we convert that into fertilizer, certified USDA organic, and certified USDA organic process of fuel for the farmers. Okay, you'll see the Blue Me page populated soon. I've got the authority from my board of directors to open up those pages now. Wait till you see that. That's my own little fun. Okay, now for your intake air. I talked to your grandmother, Mrs. Rose Lopez, and this is your inlet air filter to your ozone machine. And it's diametric earth and a proprietary that you can purchase no problem 50-pound bags of it at your local supplier for very inexpensive, so that you can change this and it changes color so that you know when it's time to change it. And this is the gas purifier, and this is the inlet. That will also go on the back of your system here. Okay? Because, like I said, our goal is to make sure that you are in perfect balance. Oops. When I get your address, these are going to be your birthday present from me. You see that? Just a little present from me that you can play with until your system is done in 2 weeks. Okay? Now, like I promised, on to the fun part. And we have to do this quick so this video does not drag on. But your system will have full hotspot Wi-Fi into the securitization accounts in BlackRock and BlackRock Financial under our copyrighted, patented trade platform, Aladdin 4.0, my dear. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But this is your control unit, okay? So that you can have Bluetooth for your mommy to take care of it, Wi-Fi, and a phone card so that I can make sure your system is dialed in. You'll have a digital display. You're going to have a compass module so we know what direction it's pointing. just in case it tips over, we have, where did it go? Oh, right here. Accelerometer and gyro, just in case the machine tips over, it automatically will shut off and warn me that the machine tipped over, or your mommy that you tipped it over. Okay? These are photocells so that we can attenuate the lasers and turn them on and off. This is an ambient light sensor, so we know the difference between the ambient light inside and the laser light. Temperature sensor, humidity sensors, so we know the water's right, and we can have your pH tested with the humidity tester. Do you understand? So that we know exactly what your pH of your water is, my dear, because we're going to be bringing your pH to 11.86 to 14 pH with no bleach. Hydrogen. Then we have an infrared sensor to make sure, there's a little proprietary behind that, but when you walk by the system or touch the system, it'll automatically know that and be ready for you. Then we have a hydrogen sensor to make sure that there's no leaks inside the system. It'll warn us and turn off the system. And as a backup, we have a flame sensor. I don't count on it catching fire, but we're going to make sure that the machine turns off, warns us, lets us know by a code what's going on so that we can send out a local repairman to fix it. Then we'll be able to check all your voltages. This is important. Then drive the motors, motor drivers, and these are called stepper motors with Hall effect sensors on them so that we know what position the stepper motor is in, and I'll explain that momentarily. These are called potentiometers, okay? And we have a couple of them for our circuits. And I'll be able to adjust these potentiometers from my cell phone so I know what frequency that you're chiming at, my dear. And I'll know when to turn up the potential or turn down the potential of your machine to give you the proper DNA path. Then these are your vibrating motors. They're basically very high frequency speakers, and that's going to give what's called sololuminescence to your bubbles. And that is registered fusion, my dear. Not fission. Fusion. So that you heal. Okay? Now let me explain something about healing. I cannot tell you whose sample this is, but I want to explain something to you very, very important, my dear. This is you. Over here, you are toxic, okay? Your pH, I pretty much guarantee you, is below 7 in your saliva and below 7 in your urine. This is urine. These samples are only a couple of days old and they're clarifying, okay? In open air for a reason, because we're making sure that this cancer patient right here is eradicated. He is toxic right now. See the difference between the green and the red? Now this one is the important one. Do you see the top of this one, my dear? That is mold, because this is his wife. She is going through the stress-induced cancer that your grandmother, your mother, and your father are going through. They are stressed just as much as you are, if not more. Okay? That's why we're on Godspeed. And your grandmother Rose picked up the phone and made the right decision. This is distilled water. You see how the green bounces around the water? And this one is ocean water. Your mommy and daddy live in Australia. You have a plenty of ocean water. Your therapy, my dear, in your bath is going to be tap water that will turn into lab-grade water through Nanovated Hydrotherapy, and your treatment is going to be 1 gallon of ocean water in your bath. And we're going to let biology cure you. Because your new uncle here knows quite a bit about biological electrochemistry. And you're going to be healed by cyanobacteria. Proper. Okay? And it's not going to hurt a bit. All of the equipment is on the table. I build equipment faster than I can talk about it. I've been doing this for many of years, young lady. I have over 30 years experience in the industrial arts. You are getting one of the most powerful machines in the world. Whether you like it or not.